Hey everybody, it's a autumn win. It's a SoMIFA 28 playoff game between the Tampa Bay Bucs and the Detroit Lions. Tampa Bay is getting the ball first down and 10. They lose a yard on a guest right run to Rob Kelly. So let me share this out in case anybody wants to watch. Bucs are coached by Michael Reeves, who does a lot of play-by-play games for the Strat community. The Lions are coached by Mick. I know I used to say Balkan, but it's not Balkan. It's Bauchon. It's a little French action going on there. The Lions have an average. Well, everybody has average during the regular season, but because Tampa Bay is the home team in the playoffs, they have average good on their defensive cards, so they have a little bit of an advantage here for finishing with a better record. That second down play was an off-tackle run with nobody in the zone, and that only picked up 2 yards, so it takes it from 2nd and 11 to 3rd and 9. Let me get down here to the SoMIFA playoff thread. And what else am I going to do? Oh, I wanted to change let me get the graphics going. Believe it or not, I still haven't fixed my graphics file for the year, just been so busy. So let's get some... First down throw there. Why am I not seeing the Bucs? Buccaneers, where's the Buccaneers? This is fascinating viewing, I'm sure. Back to that in a second. That was a guest right receiver reading on Antonio Gates' card. Quick out right to Gates. First down and 10 for the Bucs, now out to their own 43. Now, this does not make any sense. I know I have end zones downloaded for these guys. And the only one coming up are the generic ones. That's awful strange. We got a connection there. Antonio Gates, that was a guess wrong, was a run rating, and it's on his card. So you know what? If I can't get the right stuff, I'll get something else up there later. But in the meantime, the Bucs have 1st and 10 out to the Detroit 42. Inside run to Rob Kelly, guessed wrong, 1 man in zone. Picks up 4. Inching closer to field goal range. Let me post this. 728. Second and 6. Full house formation for the Bucs. Crossing pattern to Jordan Matthews, guessed right, 3 men in zone. You see the Lions there have it's an incomplete pass that's turned into a dump off for -2, but the Lions have a couple of really nice defenders in their secondary. That brings up 3rd and 6. Let's check out Tampa Bay's kicker real quick. They are excellent. 33 to 37, 2 through 7 and 12. That's Adam Vinatieri. The Bucs drafted quite a few vets on this team to try to make a push. Third and 6, Theo Riddick checks in as the halfback. Robert Woods comes in as the third wide receiver. Mike Wallace and Jordan Matthews are the other receivers along with Antonio Gates, but you see 2 5s and 2 6s. You know, they have a 5 nickelback, a 5 free safety. Josh Norman and Kareem Jackson are the cornerbacks. The nickelback is Ladarius Webb. Darian Stewart there at the free safety, and Eric Weddle as the strong safety. Fives and sixes all over the place. Only 1-4 on that defense, even in 3 wide, or in 3-5, I should say. Screen left to Theo Riddick, guarded by a 5, one man in zone, and he's also a 5. Oh my goodness, it's a white die 6, the defender +2 or +8, and Nigel Bradham's 5 is beaten by the white die 6. That takes it to the 30, and that is a first down for Tampa Bay. Fly to Mike Wallace being double teamed, turns into a dump off for 4 yards. I am obsessed with fixing the end zones. Yep, 2 Bucs. Let's find something else. How about this? That's a cool one. The old Broncos from the 60s. Field Center. Nine-yard or 5-yard run there on 2nd down and 6. Do we have anything custom for Tampa Bay? I don't see anything. We'll just go with the generic Field Center. At least it's got a little color now. So 3rd and 1. That was an off a 5-yard run. Thanks to white die 4 and David Andrews 4 run block rating. So there's our orange end zones. At least I feel I did something to make it more Buccaneerish. 3rd and 1. Ball's on Detroit 21. First drive of the game. So that means the Lions will get the ball first. Mick goes with a 3-4. Off tackle right to Rob Kelly. No man, one man in zone. And that's a first down, thanks to the blocking of Antonio Gates, who, even though they were 3 wide, his 5 turned into a 4. And again, the white die 4 saves Michael Reeves. So nice job. But that was awful weird. I guess he replaced these 6s with a couple of inside guys that had run ratings that were better than the 4 and 0. Deion Buchanan's a 6-0, and Jordan Hicks is a 6-4. We'll have to watch that on 3rd and short situations if he does that again. 3-4 showing blitz. 1st and 10 to the 16. Off tackle draw left to Rob Kelly, and he picks it up. Gets 11 yards? No, he gets 21 yards, and that's going to be a touchdown. As Mick has shifted his other inside linebacker over to cover an outside zone, and that was a perfect place to run with the draw and everything. That's a nice drive for Tampa Bay in their first playoff game in SoMeFA 28. Of course, it's going to be just about everybody's first playoff game. The only ones that have played already, it's the first season of the league, was the game earlier today between Chicago and Green Bay, in which Green Bay won 14-7. So here we go. Detroit wants to answer that. They have Matt Stafford as their quarterback, Jeremy Hill as the running back. Their 3 wide goes Ted Ginn, Jacob Tamme, Nelson Aguilar, and Demaryius Thomas. This league, we started it because I wanted to see if we could run a 28-team league everybody uses the same cards except for the playoffs, so you don't get that double counting stuff, and with all the modern rules. So it's been pretty fun to set this up, and glad that we made it to the playoffs. Quick out right to Jacob Tamme. That hits a blank on Stafford's card, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Here we go. Broadcast is going along well. 2nd and 10 for Detroit at their own 18. It's just like this might be the Dale Ripley offense coming on, 3 wide. Or the Lions actually ran a version of the run and shoot in the 90s after the Oilers did it in the 80s. Square into Ted Ginn, the 6th linebacker there, but he picks up 6 yards on Stafford's card. So maybe Mick's feeling a little lonely for the good old days of Herman Moore. And Who was that lefty quarterback they had? Scott Mitchell? He may not have been the run and shoot maestro, but Rodney Pete was there at that time. They had a few guys. Sideline left to Aguilar. There's 2 men in the zone, but goes on Stafford's guard, gets right for a 7-yard gain. So, that's the one way you can combat that flat pass, flat pass, flat pass. It's nice to have at least 1-6 linebacker, and he does, right there in the middle. You can double team or you can flood the flats. He'll mix in a run call as well. Short pass to Aguilar, covered by a 4. Defender extra short gain, incomplete. TJ Carey makes the play. So 4s are being kind to Michael today. That's good. So, it's always nice when those come through for you. Frustrating when those 2/3 chance to have something successful is stopped by a 4 by your opponent. So 2nd and 10, 6:18 to go in the first quarter. Despite Mick having all those 5s and 6s on defense, you got to remember that Michael is using the good pass card. Crossing banner to Ted Ginn. Guest right, 4 men in zone. Receiver reading incomplete. There was an injury. Oh, I forgot to turn injuries off. Oh my God. That is totally on my fault. I don't know what to do now. I think we've already published the files. See, this is what you get when you don't have a commissioner like Ed. So I guess we'll have to play with injuries this year, and then next year turn them off. Yikes. I don't think there's anything I can do at this point. Usually you don't change rules once you start the playoffs, although I did change the defensive cards. So there is a rule that we have where we turn off injuries. I don't know how much of the broadcast was going, but we had an injury happen. There is a way that we can heal that player. So we have reports, overusage and injury. So Jonathan Joseph, the Tampa Bay cornerback, got hurt. So you go view, computer manager, Jonathan Joseph. You pull up his player card, and then you hit the heal button. So that, sorry for the slowdown, folks. Okay, so now we're here. 3rd down and 10. Detroit's got the ball. We've only had to play with that 0 that shouldn't have been in there for a couple of plays. I'm glad I remembered you could do this. Hopefully that takes care of it. Yep, so the injury's gone on my side. So I think we should be all set. Okay, so I think we're ready to continue on here. I think everything's straightened out finally. Okay, 3rd and 10 here. Now we can get back to normal flow. Sorry for the mix-up, folks. Because the rules in the league is injuries during the regular season, no injuries in the playoffs. And this is the first time I've had to do that. I'll put that on my notes to make sure I don't screw that up again. We already had one game played. I wonder if there was any injuries in that game. I'll ask Butch to send me the blog file. What's taking so long now? Maybe Michael made some changes. Here we go. Why don't you jump on the broadcast, Mr. Tom? I mean, hopefully we didn't have any impactful injuries in the Chicago Green Bay game. EQ Shipley and Clint Bowling, Todd Davis, and Jairus Bird, who's a 0 anyway. So it wasn't anybody too impactful. Not worth replaying. I don't know what's taking Michael so long. Okay, it looks right on my side. Joseph looks back in there at cornerback. Even if it's okay, so here we go. We're back. We're back again. 3rd and 10, curled to Demaryius Thomas. Defender, that's a dump off for 8 yards, so that'll be a punt. So no harm, no foul there on the injury now. It looks like Michael made it through that series without giving up a defender X or a long gain or something. Oh, well, maybe not. Michael, looks like Mick's going to go for it here on 4th and 2. Check my broadcast. It's so weird how I lost internet. Everything looked fine on this side. So everything's good. So we'll have to do that for any future injuries. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now let's get some speed back into our game. We lost some flow there trying to get this thing fixed. Four, three wide. Jeremy Hill stays in there. And Michael Reeves responds with a 4-3 instead of a 3-3-5. So will he run it here? Will he throw flat to the outside? What will Michael do? You can't flood 2 flats now. You can only flood 1 in this formation because the free safety is fixed on Aguilar. Maybe Stafford will go for a short pass, hoping to get a dump off. It's a hitch to Thomas. Covered by a 6 in the zone, linebacker in zone, extra short gain, and that is incomplete. CJ Mosley knocks it down. So Mick going gutsy there, go big or go home, and decides to go for it on 4th and 2 in his own end. Tampa Bay takes over. They have the good pass defense card. They have the momentum. They have their 5-rated cornerback back. First and 10 now. At Detroit's 39. They need to cash this in for points. Screen left to Rob Kelly. Incomplete. He was shooting at the only 5 there that was in the zone. 2 6s were covering the other zones. Luck so far, 5 of 7 for 44 yards. Where is Tom? Tom, come on the broadcast. Not that you don't have to do play-by-play. Just come BS with me while we're watching. Tampa Bay goes 3 wide. 2nd and 10. Detroit stays 4-3. See, they have the ability to put 3 6s on a 2 6s because they have 2 Inside linebacker 6 is against the pass. Slant to Gates, 4-man in zone. It's on Luck's card for plus 15. That's the first down. And they're in field goal territory. Rolled to Mike Wallace, 4-man in zone, and a run call. Guessed wrong, incomplete on the 7. Even on a maxed wide receiver, it would have been incomplete. Somebody like Janovich or Kelly might have a completion on 7. Yeah, Kelly has one on 7, guessed wrong. So here we go, 2nd and 10, 3 wide again against the 3-4. Mick doesn't want to lose that second 6 pass defender at inside linebacker. You can slide him out to one of the outside flats and blitz the 5 that's out there. Off tackle left to Rob Kelly. Nobody's in the zone. Offensive onside guard plus 7 or plus 2, but because, well, either way, Zach Fulton goes from a 4 to a 0. Wouldn't have, even if he had been in a base formation, it would not have picked up a first, made the roll. All right, Tom's coming in about 5 or 10 minutes. So we'll have. Here we go. 3rd and 8, 3 wide against the 3-3-5. End run right to Andrew Luck. There's a guy there. Linebacker zone's plus 0, plus 5. He stuck Melvin Ingram 6 down there and stuffed that play. That would have been defensive end plus 1 or plus 5. So either way, it wouldn't have been a first down. Here comes a field goal try. It's up and good. It's 10-0 Detroit. First 10. Detroit will take over at their own 25. So that cost them 3 points, that aggressive play call. But sometimes those can pay off. I always like it when my opponent punts, so it makes me nervous when they go for it. Of course, if you stuff them, you feel good about that. Off tackle right to Jeremy Hill. Guessed wrong, but it only picks up 1. Mick staying with the 3 wide. Bomb to Ted Ginn. Guessed right, 1-man in zone. Covered by a 5. And there's a 5 free safety back there. He hits a long gain, though. Stafford's card for 32 yards. Nice hit there for Mick. Just when he needed to get the momentum back.
Hey,
What's up, Big Tom? How are you?
An invalid argument was encountered.
Oh, well, that's you have a valid point there with your invalid argument. You have to have the you need to have the
League file?
Free file loaded, yeah, or the league file. Remember, it's a playoff league file, so it's not the regular season one doesn't help.
I had the playoff league file. And I was watching it until I encountered a non-valid argument. Hold on.
Oh, did you hit heel on the guys on Mr. Jonathan Joseph's rating?
I did not do any healing. I didn't realize I was playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Laying on damage. What are some of the spells for healing? I can't remember now. Off tackle right to Hill. Guessed wrong. Defensive tackle +2 or +6 picks up 6. That 2nd and 10 turns into a 3rd and 4 as the Lions creep closer to field goal range. Let's see. Let's check out their kicker real quick. Decent. 33 to 43 yard line, 2 through 6. So he can hit him deep, just not consistently. That's Chandler Catanzaro.
So do I have to heal these guys to avoid getting kicked out of the game?
I'm not sure. If you go to reports, overusage and injuries, does it show Jonathan Joseph as being hurt?
No, I just exited and rejoined the game, and they're now healthy. So I guess you.
Bomb to Aguilar. Guess right covered by a 4. And it's dump off incomplete. So will he try the long field goal or will he go for it again? Kind of when you go for those 4th downs, you're kind of pot committing yourself to go for it again later on in the drive. Even though this is a different drive, he's probably thinking.
I'm assuming Detroit is Mick.
Yeah, this is Mick. 4th and 4.
So you said instead of straight play-by-play, you said you'd like just a,
yeah, we can do that.
Just a casual observation of the game.
Sounds good to me.
MLB Network style. Is that what you said?
Yeah. What did you think about that going for it on the 39 on 4th and 2?
I really did. This is the first I'm really seeing of the game. I popped it and made a couple of wisecracks, but I was focusing on something with my mom.
Oh, okay.
To flip Marius Thomas being double teamed by Michael.
Nice double there to stop it. It was a white die 5, so it wouldn't have been 0-minute zone. So it would have been stopped anyway.
Defender -1 on +3.
And it was 4th and 4. So
still, you feel good to make the call.
Absolutely. And you get in the other guy's head that way too.
Michael won't be feeling good next year when Andrew Luck is quarterbacking. Jordan Matthews gets thrown the dreaded 7 only incomplete.
Yeah, doing a little standard play-by-play. I'm sure Michael's always wanted you to do one of his games, and doing a playoff game is kind of cool.
Since he was a wee lad.
That's right. Ever since he was
3 wide, 1 halfback. So, do you know if this team went 3 wide, 1 halfback most of the regular season, or did he watch?
I think Mick's did. I don't think Michael's did. Michael was running a base formation for the most part.
Did he watch Ron Dicker? Did he watch Dale Ripley get excited?
Dale Ripley should be very excited. He's like starting a new trend in Strat football.
3rd and 2 for the Buccaneers. Their own 46, blocking back this time. Steven Anderson, the tight end. That's not very helpful. What was the record for this Buccaneer team, Dennis?
The Bucs were 12 and 4.
Look at it. Really?
Yeah.
Michael Reeves Buccaneers were 12 and 4. Wow, nice. Look at this. Look at this defense.
It's
secondary.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Rob Kelly, the running back. Antonio Gates is a fine blocking back. Steven Anderson have a go tackle left to Kelly. Dreaded 5 gets wrong.
I stand corrected. Tampa Bay was 11 and 5, not 12 and 4. Detroit.
Okay, nowhere near as impressive.
Detroit, exactly. Detroit was also 11 and 5, but Michael won the tiebreaker.
Punt down to the 10. Ted Ginn Jr. So Michael's got the good pass defense cards.
Correct.
But it's funny. It's true. It's only 1 game. Like 11 and 5 is like, okay, nice season. But 12 and 4, like, oh, 12 and 4. You know, that's a big. It's like, oh, that's a big deal. Like even in the NFL, you kind of feel that way. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. And there was such a glut there.
This team normally goes through wide during the regular season, or
yes, that's
Linebuck Jeremy Hill, 2018 league, of course.
Yeah, if you remember that Stafford card, it's very good flats. It's okay short, and it's not very good deep. So I can see why he chose that.
So Michael's got 3 5s in the secondary, a 4 strong safety, a 4 extra DB, goes 5.65 at linebacker. He's got a pretty solid defense himself. Jeremy Hill, short pass Jacob Tammy. Covered by a 4, 3 men there. Actually, 4 men there. Defender X or short gain, first down from Stafford to Tammy. The Honey Badger could not make the play. Did you get that? We're going to make everyone else jealous now. Did you get that wonderful, or at least to me, for rosters file I sent you?
You know, I haven't had time to look at that, believe it or not.
Oh, my goodness. Open it when you get a chance.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm...
Look at Master Marius Thomas, shut down by C.J. Mosley. He's a 6.
Yeah, let me look at that. I forgot also on the broadcast to present to everyone. That way, when you're talking, it went to your screen and you were just had your icon up. So that's fixed now.
Okay, who's broadcasting? You or me?
I'm presenting, so they're looking at my screen. So I can't.
Okay, good.
I can't leave my screen to go look at the Excel sheet, but I'll look at it after the game.
I see. Jarek McKinnon, okay. So no, I have not watched. What did I do? I watched your game against Paul, and maybe a little bit of one other game. Otherwise, I've not watched. I'm new to the 2018 experience and under some MIFA rules. Of course, I have played for several years in Autumn Wind, but that's a different rule set. As we have been discussing on the forum today, Dennis. I don't know if you
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those things. I've
Okay.
involved myself a little bit.
As I flirt with getting myself not invited back.
You'll be fine.
At least they won't kick me out, Dennis. They just won't invite me back. 3rd and 5 for Detroit. They're on 28. I'm sure Mick glad to get something going here. Michael, we'll see. He was double teaming last time. That was a 3rd and long. This time he floods the flat, nice short pass, and Nelson Aguilar covered by the 4. 4-man in zone, and a good defense's butt.
Dump off.
The jump off, 10 yards. The Shramick special.
Oh, where would we be without that old dump off?
We'd be scoring 12 points a game. with 9 sacks for the year. Isn't that amazing, though?
It is. Incredible.
I mean, the 2nd and 3rd best defense in the league, giving out 40 wins a game combined for 12 sacks because there's no dump off and double counting. That's silly. Anyway, 1st and 10. We wouldn't want to be realistic and have pass rush matter in a football game, Dennis. 1st and 10 for the Lions. It was 10-0 Bucs. I didn't realize that. One best to Marius Thomas. Michael standing on nicely there. And he's rewarded with the incompletion.
Yeah, the Bucs got the ball first. They drove down on their opening drive, converted several 3rd downs, and punched it in for the touchdown, taking up about half the first quarter. Then Mick went for it on his drive, 4th and 2 at the 39, missed it, and Michael got a field goal out of that. So that's where the 10 points came from.
4th and 2 at his own 39 or the Tampa Bay 39?
At his own 39 on the first drive of the game for him. After Tampa.
I like that idea in this matchup.
Maybe he felt behind the 8 ball.
This would be a big deal for Michael to win this game, I think. Don't you think, Dennis?
Huge, yeah. There was
he was excited.
Yeah, there was a point in time where Tampa Bay was not looking likely for the playoffs. They were like 3-4 or something like that, or 3-3, and he went on a nice little run there after having a few hiccups in the beginning of the season.
Big 3rd down for the Lions. You got the dump off last time. It's so hard in Strat on the 3rd and 5s and 6th and 7s to try to rush the quarterback because the flat pass, no man even right, is a good play for the offense. Short pass, Tammy, incomplete, no dump off this time, and Mick's going to have to punt it. Sam Martin is a good punter.
And wisely punting on 4th down this time?
Yes.
You have to when you're out of, when you're in containment. It's like it's really tough to pick those up.
I smell a fumble.
Nope.
I must be smelling something else.
That would have been something.
We went through the 2nd quarter.
You ever go to a baseball game and you lean over to your buddy and say, "Hey, home run's coming next," and then sure enough, he hits a home run? That would have been
maybe yes, probably maybe a long time ago. I haven't go to many baseball games anymore, but
I know you're a Mets fan.
I'm very casual. I don't follow really since about 2000. Since I turned about 30, I really only follow the NFL, and I'm a huge NFL fan, obviously, and I watch a little boxing. But the other sports is I don't really watch the games. I'll follow what's going on like ESPN.com. So I'll know who's in the NBA Finals, but I don't really watch the games. My brother and my family are big Mets fans, so I'll follow them a little more closely. But I'm not really a baseball fan much nowadays.
Yeah, I like to go to the minor league.
It's too slow.
I like to go to the minor league games with my kids. It's like in our hometown, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. So
nice.
We'll go watch them. It's more fun for them because they get to be closer and chance at a foul ball and all that stuff.
Yes, and a little more family friendly with the pricing, I'm sure.
Exactly, like $9 to get in.
2nd and 7 Buccaneers at their own 22.
But we'll still go to one Dodger game a year,
Michael drawing a page from the Tom Cook pace of play.
Yeah. I don't know why he's going pro set. He should be going blocking back. There's no advantages at all to going pro set because I don't think you can run Janovich with our rule set. Not enough carries. And you lose the benefit of the blocking back formation, offensive onside in.
Sure. 3rd down and 2 for the Bucs. He goes 3 wide. No, he goes 3 wide and halfback. Mick stays 3-4. Good move. I should have done against Ron, Dennis. Against was it Ron? Who was that playing? I played Joe Golden. He was going, and that's just the fave. He was going 3 wide against me, and I was having a hard time stopping him. Short pass. Robert Woods gets rolling. Only 3 men there. It should be good for the Bucs, but it's not. Receiver gets rolling incomplete. 6, 9,
You
10,
saw
14,
Mick
only a 16, 22 guy, which can happen in these larger leagues. You're going to get some guys out there want the good, especially probably this first year.
Yeah.
Where there were a few guys who went all out for the year, but most guys didn't. So you got a team here 11-4-1 or 11-5, whatever their record was, that has a couple of guys out there who might not be that great, you know?
Yeah, and Wood should be a max out receiver next year, I would think, with the statistics put up in the Rams offense.
Well, you know, I'd have to see how many catches he had. I'm not sure maxed out is automatic, but certainly one of the better number 2 type of guys with some good yardage and stuff, you know?
Yeah, and Mick's one of the few teams in the league that has a 5 extra DB as his
injury.
We got to do the healing thing.
Yeah, let the healing begin. So I gather. So what do? How do I heal Malcolm Brown, or do I not?
Yeah, you do. You just wait till he shows up on your screen, and then double. I think for spectators, it doesn't really make a difference. Like I'm going to try not to heal him. Let's see if it clears. But right now, if you look at your reports, overusage and injuries, it says Tampa Bay not available for this game. Now I think all that has to happen is the host team to heal him, but we'll find out. Last time it took Michael forever to do the healing. He needs to, you know.
Well, he has a dog, so you should be used to giving the heal command.
Exactly. View. Okay. So let's see.
There you go. Well, it took him a while to respond okay to you when you said quickly. There we go. Let's see.
Now you see where. See, there's Malcolm Brown. So here we go. It says he's injured. So I'm going to click on his icon, and click heal. And now he should show up as a 5 on the next play.
Yep, he's healed now. Okay, great.
Oh.
Modern medicine, Dennis.
Exactly.
Just a click of the button. Short pass to Nelson Aguilar. He had 1st and 10 for the Lions. Byron Jones with a double team.
Must run for 9.
Stafford takes it for the must run for 9 yards. 2nd and 1. PFT reporting that the Cowboys considering moving Byron Jones to corner, making my decision to draft him over Landon Collins look even worse, perhaps.
Or better. I think it's better to have a good cornerback.
They have like 4 good corners in the team, and he's my only good safety. So, but it's easy to, certainly trade a good corner. 2nd and 1. Linebacker Jarek McKinney, got to run the both these guys. And Malcolm Brown looked injured in that play, Dennis.
There you go.
Nerfed down to a 4, left tackle 0 plus 13, still feeling the effects of the injury. White tie 5 creates 13 yards. For Lions, send the Brooklyn 18.
For my autumn win playoff game, Luke has 2 4-rated defensive tackles in a 4-3.
Luke.
I'm thinking about spreading him out and trying to run a little bit against a 0 nose tackle.
Janet, just make sure, I don't know if you read the forum, or to win, make sure you throw a lot of flat passes. Wouldn't want your quarterback rating being undesirably depressed.
Yes, you know that's my whole goal in life is to play so that the statistics come out correct. That's all I care about.
Yeah, especially postseason statistics. Don't worry with the wins and losses in the playoffs. 2nd and 10 for the Lions at the Tampa Bay 18. Big drive here for Mick. Looking best to Mary Thomas. Linebacker double team negates it, but as he's throwing at a 6 here, C.J. Mosley.
Should be guessed right, and it is.
Right, incomplete. So you see what Michael's got. The defensive line 5-5-5-5. The linebacker's 5-6-5, and 3 5s for the secondary with a 4. And he's doing a nice job with that. Not a lot for Mick to target, obviously, here.
Yeah, but the white die 6 rule isn't effective. So if he had thrown to one of those flats, that would have been a 13-yard game. Hindsight.
Well, basically, this will be for family of leagues. All have the same rules, and it's a modern league, and they use the rules that make the game play more like the modern game, which usually is the white die 6 and the dump off. 3rd and 10 for the Lions now. The Tampa 18. I don't know if my internet is good. I was circulating before.
Oh, it's good. It sounds good to me. And here we go, incomplete. That's where I found it most difficult in autumn win without the dump off is on those 3rd downs. It's really tough to outplayed them against a good or excellent pass defense with no dump-off chances. And all those 5s and 6s out there. Field goal is good, 13-10 now for the Bucs.
10-3.
Oh, 10-3, that was the Lions driving. Excuse me. See, I'm not even paying attention anymore because I'm having fun talking to you about it.
And kick down to 1 all night. Good 32-yard return by Alex Erickson. So Michael's got it first and 10 in his own 33. You know, Dennis, I have a poor pat.
That was a huge field goal then because now he's within a single score.
Yep, you know, Dennis, I had a poor pass defense in order to win this past season. I was having trouble on first and second down on the defense. More so than third down, I think. So, on all the downs, really, there was some problems there. But first and 10 for the Bucs at their own 33, 36 to go. Michael would love to be able to take up the rest of this half and score. You know who got the ball to start out, Dennis?
I do. The Bucs got the ball first and drove the field. So
okay, so
next.
So Mick looking for a stop here and to get the ball to start the third quarter, the chance to tie it up. Second down and 11, but there's still a few minutes of football here. Michael is down one timeout. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Mick's got a solid-looking defense himself. The secondary is particularly strong. Short pass Jordan Matthews being double-teamed. Nice incomplete on the double-team. Good call. I think that was incomplete anyway.
I'll move it over and check.
That was a must-run. It was a must-run. Yeah, he's got a must-run. And Riding Luck has a good must-run column, so...
I just remember that
was called there by Mick.
You have a guess wrong path for Luck, and it's incomplete on 7. It's like one of those frustrating ones.
You know, I believe Mick is currently breaking a Somifa rule by taking his free safety 5 and putting him at the extra defensive back spot.
No, that's not his free safety.
Oh, no?
He actually has an extra DP 5.
Okay, I thought I saw a 4 out there last time, but it must have been looking incorrectly. So yeah, he got extra defensive back 5.
Yeah, he actually. Oh,
there's a sack. Free safety blitz, and it came into play as that was a 4. That was a D there. Okay. Break a straight up D, but he was showing blitz before the play. I don't know if he brought the safety or not. I think he did, but 5 on a 10 gets the big sack. And here's the punt, 45 yards down to the 36. He might have a touchdown or 2, does not this year. Calls a fair catch, 2:06 to go. And so many times, Dennis, we think we see the ends of the halves and the start of the third quarter as being really big. And then Michael had the ball, 3:30 to go, up 10-3 with a chance to try and use that last 3:25 of clock and maybe get another score. So he's going to be up by 2 scores, but instead he has to punt it. And Mick's got a couple minutes to come down and get a score to get closer or tied, and then get the ball to start the third quarter. And Michael, this good run call against the 3 wide. Mick is angry with himself, but again, Malcolm Brown, Dennis, limping from that earlier injury and giving up 7 yards there in the defensive tackle rating.
Nice. The only thing I would say is that Michael, there's no reason to bring that linebacker down to the off tackle zone, because you play a 4-3, so it's not going to count. You saw a 0 min zone. Bring him to the end run zone. I mean, not that he's going to probably run end run, but at least your guy is doing something.
All right, second 3, 2-minute warning now for Mick Bouchan. These guys are both in SSFA. Where Michael's going to go about 14-2 this year, I think, Dennis. So he's better than last year, so.
Nice.
Left pass right. I asked Michael what he thought of my preview of his team. Left pass right to Jarek McKinnon. If I was too harsh on him, I'd like to find out. Receiver gets right, a big 1-yard completion. That has got to be one of the most unsightly guest right receiver cards for like a normal running back.
Yeah, 41 yards on 12, and then everything else is like, ugh.
Look at that 3 through 6.
That's great.
You have the big minus on 3, then +2, +3, +1.
And that's not the way
easily tripped up.
Yeah, that's not the way you think about McKinnon. He seems to be like a good receiver type. At least he was this year.
Yeah, 3rd down and 2 for Detroit. A big 3rd down at their own 42, 1:30 to go. I wonder what they'll do if they don't get it. It goes 3 wide and half. Again, Michael's nickel 4-2-5. I don't like that because it's going to give Mick a free look in against a non-6 defender if he wants. So I don't like this defensive alignment for Michael here. I'd rather take my chances letting Mick run it.
He must not
run it with Jeremy Hill. Flat pass right to Demarius Thomas, throwing at the 5. White die 6 in play. And there's a white die 6 for 20 yards and a first down.
Yeah, if you go 3-3-5, you can double with the free safety. You can use him to plug his own. And remember, Michael's got a middle linebacker 6 that he's taking out of the game by going 4-2-5.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
no, I'm sorry.
He
he does have a middle linebacker 6.
Yeah, and also with the clock being a factor, if Mick wanted to run inside there, okay, maybe get something. Now he's got to use a timeout or go hurry up or something.
Tampa Bay should call timeout here. They're getting stuck in this bad formation.
I would take my chances with Jeremy Hill running against me. Looking past take in. Michael is blitzing, so he gets right, but no men there. And there it is, 7-yard completion. Not even a white die 6, just an easy peasy. Nice and breezy.
I like what Mick's doing. He's not calling timeout. He's going hurry up.
Yeah, but he might have called because he wants to keep him in that defense. You think?
Yeah. Now he can go up top.
But that time the clock went down from 107 to 45 seconds, and he still got 3 timeouts. So I might have called one then. But you're right. Maybe keep him in the bad defense. I don't know why Michael's saving these timeouts now. Flat pass left to Demaryius Thomas. Maybe Michael likes his defense. There's a good result. Defender -4, -2. And white die 5, -4. Yep, and Mick's feeling like, what are we going to do to get past no man's land here?
I know.
He did get the field goal the last time down, but you said he's been stuck in here this before. I think when we first started.
Yeah, and he's got a good field goal kicker for deep kicks. He can go 2 through 6 out to the 3.
I feel like Mick's used up too much time here. I know it's 3rd and 7 now, but I guess it's not bad.
Yeah, I would have used one there just because,
Well, here it makes sense. If he doesn't get, at least Michael's not going to have much of a chance to do anything.
True.
But I guess before he had a chance, we got like 2nd and 3. I know Michael says I'll switch defenses.
Finally gets out of that ugly defense.
At 3 wide, 1 halfback, he goes nickel 3-3-5. Now Mick's going to run at defensive tackle.
You never want to take C.J. Mosley out of the game. So Michael, drop that 4-2-5 from your playbook.
4-2-5 doesn't look that great in Strat. Line draw to Jeremy Hill, the 7 and 8 in play on the defense's card. That's almost a 1 in 6 chance. Gets 3 yards on his own card. No white die, just a bad running back. And now he's got 4th and 4 from the 32. Now his kicker is Canizaro. Okay, what is he from out here?
Well, if he gets the negative adjustment, he's 2 through 6. From here, I think he's like 2 through 8 and 12.
All right, let's see what happens. 4th and 4. Last kick is up and good. 2 to 8 and 12. No negative adjustment. Just a positive adjustment.
So he needed every one of those. Yards. He needed every one of those Jeremy Hill 3 yards in order to get that field goal.
That's right.
Pretty fun.
Although, if you only got one, then he might get a positive adjustment, possibly. Who knows?
Oh yeah, you have to check that. Yeah, he would have been okay. He would have been okay with just 1 yard. You're right. Nice.
That's his -2. It's always so tricky to me how they do this. The -2, so I guess instead of being from the 32, it's from the 30.
Correct.
I'm in my head. I'm like thinking the other way.
Right.
I don't know. Whatever. Who knows? But anyway, 10-6 Buccaneers at the half. The halftime festivities were fast and furious, and Mick gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. And we got a ball commit, 3 wide, 1 halfback. Mick likes it because his running backs stink anyway, and he gets to run at this nose tackle 4. And he gets 1 guy in the field extra covered by a 4 because Michael's got good corners. Flat pass left to Demaryius Thomas, and Stafford's good with the flat passing. Like you said, defense double teaming elsewhere. See if he gets right, 9 yards. Much more appealing flat pass, right, Colin?
Yeah, that's his 5th reception. He must have been targeted at least 8 or 9 times so far. You got to pick up on that. Maybe give him a little more attention from your free safety.
I haven't seen Ted getting targeted too much.
Yeah, he had him targeted on that 1 deep pass, but it didn't. Not sure that was the one that connected or not.
Looking pass to take in. Speak of the devil, linebacker 6 there though. At least Mick will not lose yardage here in the looking pass. Receiver gets right, +8 in the 1st down. So the flat pass game.
Quick look at the box
coming alive here now for the Lions.
Yeah, so Ken was targeted on that deep pass that hit for 32 yards. And
okay, I didn't see the 1st quarter, as I said. We'll tuck a right to Jeremy Hill. Defense guys can pass. Offensive onside tackle. You're not going to win too many of those when you go 3 wide, especially with this line. You need a center reading, and even then he's knocked down only to a 4.
Right. But we haven't seen either of these guys, when the other one's in 3 wide, hit one of those on one of those 8s to get those brackets going.
All right, 2nd down and 7 for the Lions. And this is one of the fun things about a larger league. There's kind of some ugly guys out there. Out there on the field, some ugly aspects to your team. Short pass Nelson Aguilar, covered by 4. Picked up through the 7-12, intercepted by Michael with a good pass defense. And returned for no gain. I believe on the average, it's only 2 to 5, 11 and 12, right, Dennis? Or something like that?
That's a good defense. That's a good pass defense card. On average, it's 2 through 6, I believe.
Okay. Okay. I thought it was. Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. I thought 2 to 5, 11 and 12.
Here we go.
4 members, maybe just 2 to 6.
Hold on, I'll pull up the Lions card. We can check it.
Yep, 2 to 7 and 12 on the good, of course. And that was a 6. You might be right. It might be 2 to 5, 11, 12 with 3 men on the good.
2 through 6 and 12 is the split. The 4-minute zone.
So we're at anyway, but 2 to 5, 11, 12 is 3 men. Okay, with the good is what I was thinking. Short pass Antonio Gates, incomplete on Luck's card. Second, have there been any other turnovers in the game, Dennis?
No, that's the first turnover. That's the first time that we had a little bit of break in the Lions' momentum. But they didn't cash those drives in for touchdowns, but they were getting field goals and looked like they were perhaps on their way to scoring position again. So huge break there for the Bucs.
Absolutely. And you said that was the first turnover, you said, right, Dennis?
Yes.
Sorry, someone texted me. I was distracted momentarily. 2nd and 10, short pass, Mike Wallace, good double team. But Michael Reeves, he can get 60 minutes out of Mike Wallace. The 10-yard dump off.
Nice. That's a dump off for good old fat Rob Kelly. Takes it
right.
10.
Luck 9 of 16 for 77 yards. It's a weird offense. I mean, both of these teams look like they're a little more defensive oriented. Flat pass left Antonio Gates. Short gain of right and wrong on Luck on 3, of course. 13 yards in the first down. Dennis, why don't you take over for just a minute? I need to send a text to somebody about working.
No problem. Let me go. Michael's asking me if he can run. You should know this before the playoff game starts, but he wants to know about Theo Riddick and what his status is. For some reason, that was an incomplete pass on a flat pass to Jordan Matthews. Guessed right, hit his blank there. Let me get down to Michael's team so I can answer his question. He's texting me. Oh, that's why it's not working. I have the wrong roster up. 2nd and 10. 3 wide for Tampa Bay. Square into Jordan Matthews. It's a run call, but it's a wide die 6. I mean, there's a 6 linebacker there. It was on the D card for 3 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. So let me try to. There's the 20 for 28 rosters. And Tampa Bay. Theo Riddick. Yes, he's unlimited in the second half. He has 92 carries, so he's good. It's an 8-yard pickup there for the first down. Wow. Nice job as Mike Wallace hauls it in. Melvin Ingram forced the pass rush there. He was coming, and it was a 42% chance of a sack, but it was a random 76. So that dump off came in handy, and it hit the right receiver read. 1st and 10 out of the 21. Second and 9 after that 1-yard run. Nobody's in the zone, but the defensive end stepped up and made the play. That's Everson Griffin. Even if he had run the other way, the 4 defensive end over there on that side would have made the play. 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. That's Devin Taylor. You don't see him in a lot of starting lineups. Except when you get to these 28-team leagues, you got to use everybody. Off tackle right to Rob Kelly. The white die 1 raises its ugly head, and that turns into only a 2-yard pickup. So we had a 1 yard. It would have been 6 yards if he had been in a base formation. So we got a 2-yard run and a 1-yard run. That brings up 3rd and 7 at the 18. Theo Riddick's in the game.
I'm back, Dennis. He's been showing blitz. We saw that Ingram sack And looks like there's a backup nose tackle in there as well, perhaps.
He brings in Tampa Ali off in the right linebacker spot, which is interesting because he's terrible except for his pass rush. So this might indicate that he's going to bring the house.
But Dennis, I watch a fair amount of NFL football. I have a hard time envisioning Theo Riddick as a five pass blocker.
He's a slight,
but maybe
he's a good cut blocker. Maybe, I don't know. He's not the biggest guy.
And we're left Andrew Luck from the 3 wide. This is potentially not very good.
It's going at Hali, but Hali says, "Hey, I may be a 0, but I got my guys on the outside to help me. The offensive onside in could not.
I'm not a fan of the. Oh, the field goal is bad.
Man, 2 through 10.
Is
it just me, or is there more 2 through 10 misses in the playoffs than in the regular season?
Well, there was, of course, a huge one from Mark Lepage, as his 14-1-1 Cowboys went down to defeat in autumn wind in the divisional round.
That's
I would say no.
Yeah, probably not. It just seems that way. Bomb to Aguilar.
I'm not a. Oh, that's right. One man there. Coming by 4.
Dump off for 8.
I'm going to go mute for just about 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Mick looking to take advantage of the momentum swing, the missed field goal, followed up by the bomb, trying to get not only stop Tampa Bay from extending their lead, but to grab that lead back. Bombed again this time. Nobody's in the zone. The free safety's doubling to Marius Thomas. Covered by a 5, and it hits a blank on the D cards. Remember, Michael's got the good pass defense cards. Makes it a little tougher to hit those long gains with nobody in the zone. Not impossible, though. 3rd and 2. Detroit shifts up their usual 3 wide and brings in a fullback. Charleston Fowler checks in the game. He's a 4-run blocker. He's in front of Jeremy Hill.
I'm back, Dennis.
Hey, welcome back. He's not that great of a guest right runner. And guess what? He's not that great of a guest wrong runner. Jeremy Hill does not have a good card.
No. Does have some big runs at the edges. Flat pass right to Marius Thomas, being successfully double teamed by Lord Byron Jones.
I told you he should pay more attention to him. He was saving it for just the right moment to double team Mr. Thomas, because that seemed to be the go-to target on 3rd downs for Mick. So nice job there by Michael adjusting.
So 4th and 2, Mick in a close game now is going to punt it. It is only the 3rd quarter. But maybe he's regretting that first quarter decision. There's not been a lot of scoring this game. And you gave Michael the short field for that early field goal to make it 10-0, right, Dennis?
Yes, that's right. It would be 7-6 right now without that freebie field goal. Andrew Luck is out of end runs, so that has been taken out of the playbook.
That might be a good thing if you're doing it from the 3 wide. Now, Dennis, as the expert on all things Russell Wilson related, I am not a fan of running an end run quarterback from the 3 wide. What's your view on that?
I don't want to run anybody on an end run on a 3 wide because you get that white die 1 and you get negative yardage.
Yeah. Oh, there's a short game for Rob Kelly for 10 yards. And not only negative yardage, Dennis, but oftentimes of the negative 4, 5, 6 variety. And a quarterback's, it can be a lot of that. It can be a lot of that. Russell gets a pretty good end run right card, but Luck probably doesn't. I've had him. You're going to be judicious.
Yes,
absolutely.
With the
use of that.
Yeah, there's times that you want to, 3rd and short, don't use an end run. There's certain times where you want to avoid that play call.
That's right. And as you mentioned earlier, Dennis, the pro set formation, that's not a pro move if you're a strat coach, Dennis, in the modern league with Andy Janovich as your fullback. You need to go blocking back, halfback. There's no benefit. As a matter of fact, there's a disadvantage, I would say, to staying pro sets there. You don't get the offensive onside end to your left, and you don't get the -1 pass rush penalty to the defense.
Yeah, but we got to let these coaches figure it out. I think it would be poor form for somebody who's noticing that by watching a game to text the coach or say, hey, you're making this mistake. Not during a game when competition's going on between 2 guys. Let them figure it out themselves. And when he watches this broadcast, then he'll just add that to his knowledge base.
Sure.
Of
yes. Well, I don't think anyone is doing what you just said. Texting or messaging people during the game. What are you doing? But sure, absolutely. So if anyone was listening, if they were so inclined, don't text or message a guy during the game.
There you go.
Plus, he'll probably respond by saying, "What are you doing, texting and messaging me? I'm playing a game."
Exactly.
It's a lose-lose. 3rd and 14 for Tampa Bay here. This is a difficult spot. Defense showing blitz. Mick not being shy, which I think is good. You get a bunch of fives there. He does win the safety. Long pass, Robert Woods. Challenging, but the safety blitz. Darian Stewart
beats Theo
gets by Theo Riddick, the 5'10". The Strat-O-Matic game knew that Riddick maybe shouldn't be a 5. A big 8-yard sack. Helps with field position. 4th and 22. Bucs punt from their own 15. 45-yard net. But even with the good net, Detroit's got at their own 40, down 10-6, late third quarter.
Yep, and that's the thing when you have these playoff games. Is the regular season, yeah, we got time. Even if you lose, it's no big deal. But this is it, and the time seems to tick down so quickly. So you want to be in the lead as you get to the fourth quarter.
That's right, Dennis. I remember when I was playing my Samifa playoff game against Ron, you remarked to me after the game how quickly the time was going by.
Yeah, it's amazing. Sorry, I accidentally hit the help key there. It was an incomplete pass on a 4-minute zone short pass to Jacob Tammy. Now retired.
And that of course was a joke, Dennis, because I was coaching painfully slowly that game, which I'll work on in the future. 2nd and 10 for Detroit at their own 43 wide, 1 halfback shotgun formation. And both teams going a lot of 3 wide. Michael shelving the 4-2-5 wisely. Look, he's going to beat you running Jeremy Hill linebacker all game with only a 4 blocking and a white die rule in effect. I say, good for you. Long pass, Nelson Aguilar. Only covered by a 4, but the safety's a 5, which is more important than long pass with these 10 defensive cards. Dump off receiver for 8 yards to Ted Ginn. And it's another 3rd and short for Detroit. We've seen a lot of these 3rd and shorts for Detroit, and they seem to have missed quite a few of them, Dennis. Is that true?
Yeah, well, they're sticking with 3 wide on those 3rd and shorts. So if you do run it, you wind up running with less run blocking and with...
and now Michael goes 4-3 against the 3 wide.
Interesting.
I think you might see a short pass here with a dump off in play.
I think you'll see a flat pass to Demaryius Thomas. That seems to be his go-to because you can't double team him.
Or perhaps a long pass. That's right. Perhaps a long pass as he thinks that Michael might move his guy up and a touchdown to get the lead. Flat pass take into the left. Michael's not wisely flooding the zone, but Mick gets his own card for 6 yards. Michael realizing I've got the middle linebacker 6. He might not get targeted. Let me slide him out. So a good move there, but Mick got the good roll on Stafford's card, which can happen. Stafford 18 of 34, 174, 0 and 1.
So both these guys know where their bread is buttered. It's their quarterbacks is what's making the ball, the sticks move, and for them to move the ball down the field. So 3 wide is trying to take advantage of that by giving him as many targets as he can.
And this time Michael's standing around. There's nothing wrong with standing around when you have good ratings at times, Dennis. A couple years ago when we were first doing these shows, I was all like, oh, you can't stand around in some EFL leagues. It's too easy for the offense. But you can stand around depending on the matchups. A lot of that might have been because at that time I had Peyton Manning on my SSFA team.
There's
the bracket, Dennis.
Finally came up.
The box. 20 game for Jeremy Hill. But with Peyton Manning, the spreadsheets look really good because he has a great card. So with some of the other guys, you can stand around a little bit. So I haven't encouraged people to get too aggressive.
Right. There's a time and a place for everything. But you start off as a new coach standing around because you don't know what to do.
Yes.
Quick slant to Tammy there with the 6 there. And then you might get into the habit of being a little bit too aggressive, trying to make the perfect call all the time. Oh, yeah, I'm going to key that guy. I know he's going to run right there. I'm going to double team 5 guys. Can't really, but I'm going to double team 3 guys, use a triple double team, and then you start being too aggressive, you leave yourself open. So it's a balance between those 2 things.
So it's 2nd down and 5 now, near the end of the 3rd quarter here. Looking best at Tammy again, this time at the 6. Defender -1 at +3. That's the only 4 in the defense. But the Honey Badger makes the play. The only 4 in the standard defense. The extra defensive back is a 4, who is in the game now on 3rd and 5. So it's only 10-6, early 4th quarter. Mick got the 20-yard run for Jeremy Hill to spearhead this drive when he started at his own 40. Jarek McKinnon checks in.
Look for a little bit of trickeration here. He might wind up.
And Moses is 66, tough to run inside.
Yeah, that's true.
Short pass take in, covered by a 5. Maybe a dump off and play, Foreman in zone. The good pass defense.
He does.
Must run. There you go. 8 yards in the 1st down.
Huge.
So he's got 13 straight. He's got 13 straight units, but the must run is almost like another 4 units or so. Certainly on 3rd and 5, because 2 to 9 is 6 yards or more.
Yeah, that's amazing right there. 2 to 9, 6 yards. He's 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 5. If you got a must run it, he has a huge percentage.
That was the old
nice.
That was the old Steve Young routine with the dicing cards in the early '90s. Dennis is before he became the starter. Short pitch Jacob Tammy correct double team. 1st and 10 from the 11. Interception is always a possibility, but 5 is included Stafford's card. He had one of those cards where it was like filled with must runs and short pass right, and everything was like 4 or 5 yards or more. So your goal was just to get into 3rd and 4 and then throw a short pass right with Steve Young.
Nice.
We didn't used to double team that much in the Carson dicing cards in the old days. We never really discussed it. We just didn't run double team that much. Maybe we knew instinctively that they were overpowered. 2nd and 10 for Detroit. Linebacker draw to Jeremy Hill. Good call. Double box in play. Left tackle 0-13. Touchdown, Jeremy Hill. Malcolm Brown could not make the play. Again, suffering the effects of that injury. Actually, he's nerfed down to a 4 from the 3 wide. And the Lions have a chance to take a 3-point lead if they can make the extra point. They do. 13-10. Michael Reeves kicking the dirt now about the 2 to 10 missed field goal. But let's see if he can come back here. Dennis, I may be the bad luck charm here. This kick is at the goal line. Erickson has a pretty good card with, I think, a touchdown or a 99-yarder or something good on Snake Eyes. 84. And there it is, Snake Eyes. 84 yards for Alex Erickson on demand.
Very nice.
12-long gain. You
called your shot there, Tom. I like it.
And Michael Reeves has got 1st and 10 at the Detroit 16-yard line. And lucky for him, he can't do any runs with Andrew Luck from the 3 wide. Pro set formation, no set formation. You need to go blocking back here because Andy Janovich will not be receiving a handoff. Left pass right, Jordan Matthews gets right, 6 yards. Defense was showing blitz. I don't know if he brought the safety. But 2nd and 4 for the Buccaneers down at the 10.
Yeah, his card is ugly. You can't run him anyway because of the league rules.
Defense showing blitz. He's the non-decoy.
Yeah.
Short pass Antonio Gates. The blitz is not on.
Oh, look at that.
Picked off 2 to 7 by Luck in the end zone. Michael was going for the touchdown. Will Mick try to take it out 3 yards deep?
No, he's happy.
He does not. You never know. I know you don't want to get the +4 and you're stuck at your own 1, but you do have a chance at a 103-yard touchdown. I have done that from time to time, but probably not in the playoffs.
Yeah, I might do it too. It just depends on the matchup. That's just one of those killers there. You think, oh, it's 2nd and 4. If I run here and he calls run, I'll get a negative result and I'll be in containment on 3rd down. I don't want that. But you throw it there, you be aggressive, and you just get burnt.
Looking past Demarius Thomas. Only 12:36 to go now. Oh, it's hard, because you want the touchdown. So you say, let me be aggressive. Let me go for the touchdown, speed field goals, and all that. But when you have a guy like Luck who's got a fairly high interception number on his own card this year, not awful, but fairly high as I should know, it can be a tough spot,
Yeah. And Stafford's not much better. He's got some.
Exactly.
On his card.
Well, I was going past Ted Ginn, single coverage now, but incomplete on Stafford's card. He has an unsightly 4 units of completion.
Yeah.
On long pass right, bumped up to maybe 8 if you want to give him a lot of benefit of the doubt on the must run, but those extra 4 are, of course, not long gain completions. They're runs for 8 yards or something. 3rd and 8 for the Lions now. They're on 22. I have a feeling they're going to get a big conversion here, much to Michael's chagrin. Michael's showing blitz now. What does that offensive line look like for the Lions, Dennis?
From a pass blocking standpoint, it goes 4, 7, 4, 5, 3. So I would free safety blitz and bring some heat. But he doesn't have
He does bring the safety. And Stafford is sacked by Timmy Jernigan, 3 on a 3. 1 to 26 sack. So good for Michael Reeves.
I was just going to say, if he has like one of those 0-7 guys on the bench, bring him in, but I don't know if he does.
There's a punt. Erickson's touchdown must be on the punt return as he tries to become team MVP.
Yeah, Erickson's saying, what else do I have to do to help you?
And no, he did no touchdown, only 24-yarder. Okay.
Yeah, he's a good kick return.
But no gain there. And the Bucs will take over. It's been a weird game, Dennis.
It's like
this is like
it's a Sisyphusian game as each team gets close to breaking it open, they just get pulled back to the pack and have to start all over again.
It feels like I'm watching. This is the Buccaneers in Detroit. Let's see what happens with this play first. It feels like I'm watching like a Thursday night football game in October.
Yeah, this is
like low scoring, kind of ugly.
Yeah, this is the old NFC.
One pitch, Jordan Matthews, nobody there. Guess right. 2 blitzes on. Long gain defense, 62 yards. Jordan Matthews,
stars and garters,
held to 54 by the do not exceed longest catch rule as Mick was going for the blitz. Michael said, go big or go home, is what I always hear Mr. Crowley say. Now let's see what Michael does now. What is it? Once bitten, twice shy?
That's it.
He's down to 13 again. Now he's been twice bitten because he missed a field goal down here. He got picked off last time, but not that time. Flat pass, touchdown, white dice 6 to Robert Woods.
Third time's a charm. That's right. The saying he wants now.
Says no field goal for me and no short pass. I go flat. Vinatieri's 2-12. 17-13 Buccaneers, 10-12 to go. And they are going crazy in Tampa Bay.
Just as we started ragging on how boring it is, we've had 2 plays over 50 yards right now in the last few minutes.
No, I didn't say boring. I said a little sloppy. Did I say boring? Maybe I didn't say boring. I said sloppy. I didn't say boring.
Okay.
Not since Bandit Ball in the Tampa Bay Bandits.
Now it's getting exciting.
Short in Tampa Bay. Short pass to Marius Thomas, complete for 13 yards.
Maybe it was a talk about Steve Young, who started off with the Bucs, that got the coaching staff fired up. They're going in.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. The Buccaneers version of Steve Young. 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 38. One pass to Marius Thomas. There's a guy there, which is good for the Goose.
It's good for the gander.
27 yards for Stafford.
Oh, my
on
goodness.
Bars. And the Lions are at the Tampa Bay 35, but he needs a touchdown. Knocking on the Tampa Bay door. You don't want to be knocking on heaven's door. I was going to say that, but I realize
well, actually there's some older retired people that think Tampa Bay is heaven, so maybe so. At least a stop on the way there.
Yes, but the allusion to the Bob Dylan song is dying. Short pass to Marius Thomas. Picked up 37-12. It is intercepted by Michael Reeves' team at the 20-yard line. And run back 12 yards. Adam Jones, Guaco Pac-Man.
What were you saying about the geese and the gander there? That was what was good for the goose. Was good for the gander as far as turnovers as well.
And Michael's got the lead 17-13. Midway through the fourth quarter, 8:42 to go, and a chance to really try and grab control of this game. Theo Riddick checks in as the halfback. Defense now goes 3-4, which he is allowed to do, I guess. Flat pass right, Jordan Matthews, probably not.
One man there.
What's the rule on that?
What's
he
that?
plays a 4-3, right? The Mick's playing a 4-3, right?
Yeah.
And you can only go 3-4.
Oh, 3-4. He's a 3-4.
Was he?
Mixed base defense is a 3-4. He's got.
Oh, that's right. But Michael's been playing multiple wide receivers, so he's been in a lot of
Yeah.
Never mind. We'll take a left to Rob Kelly. No linebackers there. 6 short gain, 11 yards, and a big first down for Kelly. And one thing maybe I have failed to appreciate at times when coaching in some of these Meatful League games, when you get one like rushing first down midway through the fourth quarter of the league, it's like all of a sudden you could take off 2 more minutes of the clock, and they're just a big deal. 3 wide. Yep. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defense showing blitz. Will Michael challenge as he had earlier? Off tackle left, guessed correctly. Mick says, I'm going to display some trickeration here. No gain for Rob Kelly. As the quarterback running back combo for the Buccaneers will look different next year, Dennis, with Andrew Luck and Rob Kelly. Second on the 10 for Tampa Bay at their own 43.
Riddick saying he should be using him a little more. Look at that. It's a decent card. Guessed wrong anyway. And he can catch a pass.
He can certainly do that. Off tackle left to Theo Riddick. The Chronicles of Riddick. Nose tackle +4, +9. 9-yard gain.
A 6 against a 5.
Beating Brandon Mebane. And you hate when that happens in a big spot when you're on defense. And now Mick is up against it, 3rd and 1. Tampa Bay at his 48, 6:36 to go. Michael goes 3 wide. These defenses are very similar to each other. Mick's 5'6" at linebacker. Has a better defensive line for a when he has to go to a 3-man front, which is his base front anyway. Rob Kelly's in there. Linebacker Andrew Luck. Successful run key.
Wow.
-2. That's how you do it, Dennis.
Way to go, Mick. Nice call.
That's how you debate. As Will Ferrell said after debating James Carville in the movie Old School, 4th and 3 for Tampa Bay at midfield. 6 minutes to go in the game. Jeff Locke will punt it. I don't think we have a great returner back there. We saw Ted Ginn Jr.'s card, which is not one of his better ones. He's had some pretty good ones. And it's a 32-yard punt, which is bad. Down to the 18 for Ginn. And Ginn goes nowhere. Mick's glad that was a 3 and not an 11. It must be a 1-back. The 2-backs have the fumble on 3 if they're from an NFL 2-back team.
Yeah, good that Michael didn't go with a coffin corner punt there, which you might do at the 50 in this situation.
Right.
Because that would have given him another 10, 12 yards of field position.
You put the nail in your own coffin sometimes with the coffin corner punt. 1st and 10, but it's usually a good play, but not there. And he, all knowing his personnel, look, Locke doesn't have too many punts that are going to go into the end zone there. Looking pass for Ted Ginn, although the bounce could hurt him. Linebacker in zone. C.J. Mosley makes the play, makes all the plays. 2nd and 9 for Tampa Bay. Huge possession here because, I mean, they need a touchdown. Field goal does not help them
field goal's not going to help
much.
Yep.
Especially at your own 19. By the time you get down there, who knows how much time will be left, but it won't be much. And he's staying 3 wide, 1 halfback. Jeremy Hill, short pass, Nelson Aguilar. Linebacker double team in effect. Incomplete. Nice call by Michael. I think that's complete on a right call.
You're right.
Two, 4, 6, 9 on Stafford with the 8 must run. Setting up a big 3rd and 9. Michael, some nice movement there. Linebacker double teaming Aguilar and sliding the 6th linebacker out.
He's showing blitz here.
So he's done some nice movement on the defense, I think, here.
Could be risky.
Since I've been watching the game. Showing blitz when a touchdown will yield the lead on 3rd and 9. I guess you better bring everybody if you're going to do that, Dennis, don't you think?
Yeah, in this you want to make him earn those 80 yards. Don't give him an easy.
Or the other way is to drop your extra defensive back into low pass, make it 2 men.
Right. Yeah, because Stafford only has those 4 chances. Guessed right.
He's not doing the safety blitz. He's double teaming successfully with a linebacker, but it's a dump ball for -2, anticlimactic. 4th and 9 to make it his own 19, 4:30 to go. Good time to punt, I think, here, Dennis. What do you think?
Yeah, with 3 timeouts left, there's no reason to go for it at this point.
He's going for it. And I do not agree with this move, Dennis.
Yeah, so you got to play good defense when you punt it away, but by doing this, you're giving him basically an easy field goal. I mean,
you could technically punt it, and not only that, but I mean, if you miss this, he can get a touchdown.
Right,
he could technically drive and get a field goal, and you're still alive. And you do have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. I don't like this call at all.
The only thing I will say for this call is you get the resolution quicker. I mean, if he's going to get a field goal, you'd rather him not drive, use up all the time.
Yeah, but if he gets a touchdown, the game's over.
That's the key. You have to stop him. You have to hold him to a field goal if you don't convert here, which is still doable with that defense that Mick has. But I would rather punt it. Because
it's been a defensive game and not a great matchup. Short pass, Jeremy Hill, single coverage, Foreman there. Mick needs a dump off or something, and Stafford gets the dump off and a good measurement for 9 yards.
Now,
Dennis, that's why you go.
That's why you do it. We're saying it was a great call. Great call there, Mick. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Let's edit out those comments, Dennis. You have some video editing, perhaps.
We'll fix it in post.
I don't know. 17-13. Detroit showing some testicular fortitude there, I suppose. Going on a 4th and 9 for zone 19, 4:30 to go, down by 4. Off tackle right, Jeremy Hill on 1st and 10. No linebackers there. Defensive end -1 or +5. That's a loss of 1. Timmy Jernigan making his presence felt. Hit a sack earlier in the game. 5-4-5 on the defensive line for the Buccaneers. Malcolm Brown, the nose tackle, 4. Because it's a 4-3 defense tackle 5. Well, best take in. Michael doubling. Incomplete. As the studio audience expanded slightly, Lawrence Green.
What's up, Lawrence? Join in. You too, Bradley.
Checking in. Well, I don't want to ruin the end of the game. Only 3 minutes left.
We're not really
checking after the game.
We're not doing a standard play-by-play, but Tom's actually
that's true. But it is crunch time. 3rd and 11. Short pass, Jacob Tanny. Defense calls pass, of course. And defender extra short gain. He's only a 4, I think, the defender, and he makes the play 4 and a 4. Well, now what do you do?
Got to go for it. Nothing you can do.
You go for it from your own 9 with 4:30 to go. You go from your own, not your own 9, on 4th and 9 from your own 18. I guess you go for it on 4th and 11 to 27.
If this, that's what I'm saying. You kind of pot commit yourself when you go for it on 4th down. I still think punting here makes a lot of sense. You get a stuff, you get the ball back.
Well, this one I don't mind as much because you're further from the end zone a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to get a little further to go to kill you on the touchdown. I would have punted the first time around. This time I might go for it. Only 3 minutes. So easy to move the ball in Strat. You feel like, even though this has been a defensive game. 3 wide, 1 halfback, shotgun formation. Michael's not going to blitz this time. Aguilar covered by a 4. Michael goes with the short pass to Marius Thomas. You got the true double team on him. Michael goes for the triple double. Incomplete. Would have been a must run. Would have needed something good like a 2 to 4, 2 to 5 to get the first down. And Michael's got it now with 2:42 to go. 1st and 10 of the Detroit 27. He's leading 17-13.
I think you should bring in Riddick here. I think he's a little bit lower of a fumble number than Rob Kelly.
It's slightly lower. Kelly was 6.0. I saw on one of those runs, so not too bad. But every little bit counts, certainly. Trading that off for the better guess wrong rushing card. And he's been hitting a couple of short gains on Kelly. So that's the way he's looking right now. Flat pass right to Jordan Matthews. Gets wrong. 8-yard completion makes it 2nd and 2 for Michael at the Detroit 19. If he could possibly drive this down the field and cash it in, these final 19 yards, he will almost surely have himself a playoff victory here in the inaugural season of 7 for 28. Maybe I should look to call some of the other playoff games, Dennis.
I would love that. I think that would be a really nice boost to our league's profile.
2nd down and 2 for the Bucs at the Detroit 19. I don't want to call it if you could use that dog, Todd Gurley, Dennis.
Only in emergencies, breaking emergencies.
Flat pass right, 2-minute zone, incomplete.
My goodness, just run it there. Just run it with luck.
Yeah, and then Nick only had 2 timeouts there. So actually, that was a situation where you probably should have run the ball, even though you're almost certainly going to get a run call because you got to make them use a timeout or at least get down to the 2-minute warning, and then maybe try something on 3rd down if you want. But it's tough to say, Dennis, because if you think the guy's going to call run, flat pass.
It's not a bad option. You're right.
I lost a playoff game last year throwing a short pass at 52 seconds left in the lead. I like my own 9-yard line, so. Don't. So I think we all try to do things like that sometimes that are risky. 3rd and 2 for now for the Bucs. Now Mick catches a break on the clock here, but he's got to stop Michael here. More importantly, first down here is disastrous. Linebacker Andrew Luck gets right. 1 linebacker in zone. Center +4, +2. Cannot make the block. It does not matter. 2 yards is the first down.
Should have brought in 2 guys. He should have brought it. If he would have gone short yardage there, that would have been the stuff that he needed.
That would have been the good stuff, Dennis. +2 +0, and David Andrews is a 0. But Mick is still not dead. He's they're calling.
If he doesn't get another first down here, the Bucs will get the Lions will get the ball back with about a minute left.
He's not doing well. He's in bad shape, but it's not over. He has to stop him here. And maybe going to get it back, like you said, about a minute left and no timeouts. Now here's where you probably got to run the ball every time. Looks like a right for Rob Kelly. Goes nowhere. See, it's a 6.0 fumble. It's the same, Dennis.
Yep.
Also the minimum fumble.
Okay.
Nick Wisely going short yardage and left tackle that time because we have seen guys just knee-jerk go.
Just call short yardage, and that means
and run. And, the guy's not going to run him. Rob Kelly probably. Certainly not in this spot. So you would do the right thing there. And Mick calls his 2nd timeout. Only 1 left. Fat Rob, 16 carries, 61 yards.
He moves Antonio Gates to the blocking back. You might see a cheeky flat pass here to Gates, hoping that he'll be.
Cheeky's one word for it. Vinatieri missed one earlier, but I think the way to go here, your defense has been playing good. Off tackle left, Rob Kelly. Stevens calls pass, 4-yard gain. 12 would have been a touchdown. Rolled an 11.
Mick was thinking the same thing I was, and he double-teamed Gate. So maybe that was Michael's way of getting him to call pass and hoping to hit that short gain there to end it. 3rd and 6 now.
No timeout left to Detroit. I guess you have to run the ball here, Dennis. Don't you agree?
Yeah, because especially, you want to stay away from the flat passes. A looking pass might be okay, but a flat pass, if it gets picked off, if by somehow he hits a low chance split.
So easy to get the touchdown on the return. But I mean, even the look-in with luck, I'd rather just take my chances running it, I would say. I would have preferred to see blocking back formation. Why automatically give yourself
the white die one.
A harder road here. And I would have had Theo Riddick in there, so maybe we can run, so the 6-6 isn't there. Off tackle right to Rob Kelly. Defensive end +2 or +9. That guy's only a 4. Devin Taylor makes the play. Nice time for it. That would have clinched a victory for Michael. But instead, Michael's going to try the field goal here. And it's up and good, unlike an earlier effort in 2013 Bucs. 52 seconds left. No timeouts for Detroit. Tegay Jr. and Taiwan Jones back. And 9 yards deep into the end zone. I don't think Taiwan Jones has got enough going on to make you take that out.
You can't risk it. So 52 seconds left.
That's timeout, sorry. Takes a touchback. The big question is how many of these guys can go 75 yards?
That's a question. And remember, the dump off turns off after a while, like 30 seconds left or
30
something
seconds.
Like that.
That's right. I believe it's 30 seconds.
So Thomas has a dot. Aguilar's max. He has a dot too. So these guys are
Eddie Royal, 4 men in zone. Michael left the safety back, the 11-yard completion. He does not get out of bounds. You spike it here or go hurry up. He goes hurry up.
Yes.
There's only 30 seconds now. 30 seconds left. The dump off no longer a factor. We had, I think, an extra defensive back double team there. And the safety 5 staying home.
So 3 of the targets can go all the way. Ginn, Aguilar, and...
Lopez Aguilar, 2 men, and he's 2 to 3 and 12 in Stafford's card. 6 on the defense, incomplete, just missed a clean interception with 2 men in the zone. We talked about standing around. This is not a bad time to stand around, Dennis, although you do get nervous when you don't double team. I believe you lost a playoff game, one of the early games we called, when you didn't double team somebody near the very end, maybe against Zeb in one of these leagues.
Yeah, that was the year he won Somifa.
Okay, yeah, and you lost like a semifinal or you lost an advanced playoff game near the end. Looking past the take, Ging gets wrong, gets right, incomplete. And Mick is down to 15 seconds. And again, though, like look at Mick's team. This was not a team built to do great this year.
Well, his defense certainly was. His defense
is good, but you got Jeremy Hill and Jarek McKinnon in this run blocking,
right? And Ginn, Aguilar, both are going to have better cards next year.
3rd and 10 for Detroit. Long pass Tegay. He's a 2 to 3 and 12 on his own card. There's only a 4 and 72 chance of that. 9 is incomplete. And this is it. 4th and 10. 8 seconds left. So even if he gets a first down, he has to get out of bounds, which is only a 50-50 chance.
Pretty good game. Pretty fun game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a close game. Close score, defensive oriented. A lot of punting, but both guys like kind of hanging in there. Some big plays in the second half, in the late third quarter, and throughout the fourth quarter, certainly. Dime 4-6 for Michael. Lopez, Eddie Royal. 2 men back there. Needs a 2-3-12 in Stafford's card.
The game's over.
Gets a 6.
The game's
over. That's it. Game over.
Even if we would have hit it, the game would have been over because you can't get out of bounds on a long pass, and Royal's max is 46. So going to Royal ended it right there.
Guaranteed defeat. Good looking out there, Dennis, with that call. And congratulations to Michael Reeves. And Michael, now, if I had known that you were playing, Michael, or if I had been notified earlier, if you wanted me to call the game, because you guys could send me an email, say, Tom, you feel like calling my game, and I'll try to call the game if I can. You don't have to do any genuflecting. Just ask me, and if I'm available, I'll try to call your game. Yeah. And I'll see if I can call some of these other games now that are we still in the wild card round, Dennis?
Yes, the top 5 teams have buys, and we'll have the final 8 teams after this round of games, which will not end until Monday because apparently Dale cannot play. Dale and his opponent agreed on Monday because they can't play before then.
Now, is that Dale Van Dieven or is that Dale Ripley?
Dale Van Dieven
or not?
Yeah, Dale Van Dieven and gosh, who is the other guy? That's gonna bug me. Let me check real quick. It is Dale and Lawrence. So they're playing
Lawrence Green.
Yeah, so they're not playing. Now I accidentally muted Lawrence. Lawrence, how do you unmute somebody in this thing? That's not helping.
Why am I in charge? Somehow I'm in charge here.
No, but I figured you probably have done it before.
I think you're right. If you click on the arrow by his name.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Doesn't tell me that I can unmute him.
Maybe he muted himself.
That's possible. But anyway, Lawrence, if you can unmute yourself, we'd love to talk to you. Lawrence, you there? Hello? Bradley is going to be our playoff opponent next week.
Try going to the control room, Dennis.
Okay, control room.
You click on the control room.
Oh, yeah, nice. Thank you. Okay, you are now unmuted, guys. I think.
You can tell that these guys are very excited, Dennis.
They don't want to talk.
Okay, we're playing Bradley next time?
Yeah. Oh, they must have muted themselves because I just muted you and unmuted you. And
I have it muted on my headset.
Oh, that's what it is. So Bradley, are you shaking in your boots at all of our 4 rated defenders that you have to worry about?
I don't like the good pass rule, the pass defense rule. I want that changed.
I like that rule. That's the only thing that helps you when you get a good record.
Well, Dennis, Brad, what if we have a rule that we'll only use that when we're hosting? The rest of you guys.
It didn't help Tom though in the Samifa.
I helped immeasurably. I imagine what the score would have been if I had used average pass defense.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
I might have given up 800 yards.
I think Zeb pointed out that like 3 of the 4 guys that had the home field advantage lost in the first round, and both of them lost in the second round.
Yes.
In the semifinals. So it shows you it doesn't have as big an impact as you might think.
Well, this year could be an aberration. I like to see what some of the other years have been, and I think my spreadsheet show it is significant. So, what team are you, Brad? You're New England?
Yeah, I lost a tough game to Dallas right at the end, and because I knew that 12-4 was going to put me right on that 5th spot. I just felt it because Los Angeles and San Diego both had pretty easy schedules in the 4th quarter.
Just tip the guy at least a few dollars, okay?
Yeah, we have Bradley's first round pick.
I was going to say we traded.
Yeah.
What was that for? Did we trade you? You have Tom Brady, don't you?
Yeah,
right. I think it was for like something in the 3rd or 4th round, maybe. I can't remember offhand.
Yeah, well, you lost that close game to Joe the Hammer. You don't want to mess with Joe the Hammer, Bradley. That's Joe Hammer, the Dallas coach.
Yeah, well, it was like I said, that game was like really close.
23-20, it says here.
Yeah.
So,
and I think I was right down there at the end.
So here's the pick. We traded our 9th round pick. We traded our 5th round pick for. Oh no, that was just a move down. We actually remember we were debating between Brady and Breeze, and I think Bradley wanted Brady, so we moved up with Bradley to take Breeze.
I don't recall much debate, but okay.
Okay, well,
right.
We wanted Breeze.
So then later on in the draft, we traded him our 9th round pick, and we didn't get anything back except for this 1st round pick the following year. And
we just gave him a 9th round pick. We didn't get anything back. What do you mean?
I mean,
who did I take with that 9th?
Who did you take?
It was going to be like one of those 5s or 6s guys. Hold on, let me tell you what it is.
Don't you have the inaugural draft there?
I'm pulling it up right as we speak. So the 9th round pick.
Dennis, the commissioner of the other semi-pro leagues is very well organized.
He is, and I'm trying to emulate him.
And setting a high bar there.
I think so. I have it right there on the website. So he picked.
Well, it couldn't have been the 9th round pick because it looks like the Rams have your 9th round pick.
Oh, what was it then?
Go back to that last screen.
Seattle trades. Oh, here it is. Seattle trades a 7th round pick. That's for Pittsburgh.
I thought it was higher with you guys.
Oh, you're right. It was the 5th round pick. So the 5th round.
That makes more sense. I don't think Bradley would have traded us.
I was done trading after that.
Yeah. Okay, so with the 5th round pick, New England selected. No, it wasn't the 5th round pick. It's something. Let me read it. You guys talk. Let me figure it out. 2nd.
Well, you could easily just go back to the screen of the draft and go through the early picks and see which one Seattle doesn't have that I have.
Well, do we have all the trades? Do we have all the trades here?
Yeah, all the trades are on the front page.
I don't think it was a 9th.
No, that was the Rams pick. We traded our 9th round pick to get the Rams 1st round pick. Must have been in the earlier rounds. Let's go back up here.
New England trades their number 1, which is 15 overall. It was a trade. It was to move up for. No, wait a minute. That was just a move up trade.
Right.
That wasn't the next year trade, right? Because let's see. Yeah, we moved. We gave him our 5, and we got back his 9 to move up 4 spots.
Right.
And I still got Brady.
Yeah, which has worked out great for you.
Yeah, we traded him our 9th round pick in the inaugural draft for his number 1 next year, according to the website here.
Yeah, so it must be maybe I just have it marked wrong here, or whoever
I don't have Morgan Burnett.
Dale was tracking this draft, so maybe Dale just didn't put it in here.
I've got him with.
Maybe it was later.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe you guys schooled me.
Maybe we don't have your pick.
I don't have a 1st round pick because I traded it.
Yeah, Brent Grimes, perhaps.
Yeah, Brett Grimes. That was in the 5th round.
We took him in the 15 overall, but that's his normal spot. It says Seattle Rams, Morgan Burnett. Maybe then he traded again.
Maybe I traded mine to somebody else. I could have swore I traded it to you guys.
No, it's definitely the 9th round pick. New England.
That's what it says here.
Seattle trades New England's 9th round pick to New England. Oh, because we got it from you, then we gave it back to you. So whoever you picked that's what it was. Because we moved down. We moved down in the 1st, and we gave you our 5th.
That's right. We had it. That's right.
So that's why it's not showing up here because it got traded twice. So So the New England pick here is Brent Grimes, and that's who it was that you traded us this pick to move down. And we gave you our 5th.
That's right.
So really, we should be looking at it's that pick for Grimes, but also who you got in the 5th round, which we wound up trading to Pittsburgh, I think, anyway. But
now you're conflating.
Yeah, but it's Grimes.
We own this pick. We own this pick from earlier trade, and then we gave it to him.
Right.
And Grimes 6 this year should be a 5 next year.
So basically, it was for Grimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we traded Nathan, the Morgan Burnett pick 4 picks later for his 1 next year.
Right. So there we go. We got 2 first-round picks, but they're both going to be towards the bottom of the round because both New England
what's important
and Los Angeles is fantastic. They both have really good teams.
What's important, Dennis, is very simple. You go out and you beat Bradley in the playoffs.
Then beat Nathan.
That pushes his pick up a little higher.
I had to get every break known to man in order to tie Nathan, and even then I was lucky to do that. So.
Well, Dennis, 12-3-1. I mean, clearly the general managing was just outstanding.
Yeah, that was.
You're gonna see a lot of ground game. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah,
I have Ware, Rogers, and Thompson.
Well, you're gonna see a lot of praying. You're gonna see a lot of lighting candles and praying.
And Zach, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So.
Yeah. Tom, Monday?
What time?
Who's talking right now?
Lawrence, are you there? Is that you?
Yeah. I couldn't unmute myself for a while, and then I was able to. I was trying to do it from the small picture, and I had to go back to the main screen.
Okay, cool.
Am I gonna do what game on Monday?
The 2 o'clock your time.
Yeah, is if there's any way that you guys can play earlier, that would be fantastic. I'll try to do it, but I have there's that autumn wind playoff game at 3. But if you guys could play a different day, I know you guys were like stretching it because Joe the Hammer goes out of town on Monday, and we'll have to wait even longer because he goes out of town for a week. But if you guys play your game before that, then I'd know who he's matched up with and could make the files earlier.
What's going on?
I think he has a game. I think he has a game earlier that day. I could play as early as he needs to on Monday if he can.
No, I meant like earlier, a different day, because we got like 5 days.
Because we're going to Honolulu on Thursday. That's why I was asking if he'd be able to play, Tuesday or Wednesday. No.
Right.
But my laptop doesn't work that well with the game. Really, the screen's too small.
Right.
So I was saying I could play anytime Monday, and that's when he could play. But I think he had a problem with Tuesday and Wednesday. He couldn't play either because of stuff going on.
Joe the Hammer has the bye, isn't he?
Yeah, no, but Joe the Hammer is going out of town on Monday. So next week when we play, we'll have to wait till he gets back the following Monday, which just pushes everything out because we won't know who he plays until Dale and Lawrence play.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sure. Well, Monday. So Monday, what time is the AW game? That's on Monday. That's Friday.
No, there's the semifinal. My game's on Friday, but the other semifinal's at 3:00. So I could broadcast a little bit.
So me for Super Bowl. So me for Super Bowl is probably Monday night.
Yeah, then you have the Super Bowl Monday night.
I have my Autumn Wind Conference Championship on Monday night also.
Right. Oh, then that's what I'm saying. You're playing in that one. Okay, so yeah. Either way, I'll be able to do both. I thought they were going to bleed into each other, but you're saying the SOMIFA 28 game will be like at 2:00, and then
2 o'clock Eastern.
2 Eastern, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tom will have time too, right? We can do it together again.
I probably will. I have a friend coming from out of town. He's moving to the West Coast, and he's going to be here Sunday. And I don't know if he's planning on seeing me Monday early in the day or not. He's not always the most organized or prepared. But I think I could probably call a 2:00 Eastern game, and then the 8:00 SOMIFA Super Bowl. I think I can probably do that.
Sounds good.
Or we could, we'll see what happens. So someone will call that game on Monday.
Yeah.
I think Lawrence asked me if I was free for it. I'm not sure, Lawrence. I've got a lot of moving parts this weekend.
Sounds like,
but I think there's a reasonable chance. So.
All right. Well, fair enough, guys. I'm going to shut this broadcast down.
Hey, Lawrence. So, Autumn, when you in favor of the dump off, or you like to keep it away?
I prefer not to. I prefer to have the dump off.
To have the dump off. Okay.
Yeah, we were trying to. Let me shut this broadcast down. We can keep talking.